everybody. Thanks for clicking Treats TV with Chan. I'm Chan. So that's people mowing the lawn. So this is urban community vlog only. I'm telling you now, click out because it's not going to be any pretentiousness, and this is what we call sometimes real talk, right? So I'm catching up on my media. I'm catching up on some of the things I've been missing because I don't have my radio on early morning talk, whatever. And I'm listening to Onyx, which they very rarely do interviews. Onyx on The Breakfast Club. I like The Breakfast Club, right? I like Angela Yee. I like, the whole cast or whatever. So Onyx is talking to Charlamayne the God. Charlamagne the God is getting a little out of hand, so he keeps throwing in little comments and digs, and like I said, Onyx doesn't do interviews, so it's a lot of stuff that I guess that they have to catch up on or whatever. But he's not catching up on stuff. He's being a schmuck about it. He's being funny or whatever. And this is where people always say, the Hollywood, you get it messed up. That whole give me your number and I'm gonna call you, or people, you keep exchanging your number with people, you're Hollywood. And you're not gonna hang out with them, you're not gonna call or whatever. You don't have two nickels to rub together, but you act in Hollywood. So Charlamagne, he's making comments, keep making comments, and Fredro Star goes in on Charlamagne. But not only is he going in, he kept it whatever he's from. Only because, one, I got a rep. But here's what the purpose of this is. What y'all seeing is just what, it's a facade, it's a front. Because when you hear about people later, you hear, when I caught them, they did this. And oh, no, that wasn't how the conversation really went. And you have to talk to certain people to get the real story. And you know which ones is telling the real story and which one is telling you how they want it to sound and all, whatever. So Fredro Star goes in on Charlamagne, and I was so happy to see it. Not that I'm a fan of Onyx. I wouldn't pay to go see them. I would go pay to see them if they were coupled with somebody that I wanted to see. If it was a 90s show, I would go see it. If it was a current show and they were opening, I would go see it. They got a few hits. But is that my cup of tea? Not really. I like certain type of, I'm true to what I like. I like my Mace. I like my, certain things I like. And people can feel how they want to feel about Mace and Bethel. But let me explain something to you about this. Some of the things that you see with that urban community is real life. I am a pastor and I'm wobbling. I am from the hood, and I'm not going to put all that makeup on my skin to front, for it to look good. Fredro starts talking about battling Keith Murray. Now that's something I want to see because I'm a lyricist. I like real conversations, and I would like to, I'm from your artists being from what they really said they're from. And I'm also from them showing you better than they could tell you. Mano, I absolutely love Mano. Not only because of him, Joel Ortiz, another one. When he did that song, Toyota Honda, whatever that was, I thought it was the most hilarious because I could see everywhere that he said he had driven and turned around and went back to make sure nobody was, it was hilarious. I loved it. Certain artists I do like, and Onyx, I can relate to them in a certain manner, but I can relate more. I just popped my earring. I can relate to them more because there was no tolerance of the Hollywood, of the foolishness. And when you please go back and watch The Breakfast Club with Onyx on there, Fredro Star could not get himself together. He had to pause for his answers. He gave Charlamagne a look a couple of times at like 8:54, I can't even remember no more, 8:24, something like that, 8:23. The look that he gives Charlamagne, like he had to double take, like, then he had to stand up and fix his clothes because he was ready to smack his head off. Then he took his glasses off because that's a whole different conversation. And I was sitting there like, Charlamagne don't even know he getting ready to get smacked. Fredro Star leaned in a couple of times like, I'm about to smack his head off. Like, I understood the whole dynamic, and I'm not glorifying it. I'm saying everyone's not here for the Hollywood. Everyone's not here to watch somebody make those social climbing moves. Everyone's not here to watch men that say they're stand-up guys. You catch them on the back and low getting bobblehead, or you know, you telling dude, yo, you know, shorty 17 and he about 30 something, and him being like, yo, if she don't tell me otherwise, you can look in her face and see it's a lot to digest when it comes to that situation with Hollywood. And it was so nice and refreshing to see Onyx in that situation, because if Charlamayne was trying to pull him out to see if they was really built that way, you found out something you really didn't want to know. And he, even if they're not, that was a very good show, but wasn't no shows about that. It was the most entertaining, hilarious interview I had seen in a long time. Troy Ave was another one I enjoyed. I mean, his music's alright. I don't see what he's saying, he holding down New York, all that, the way he's saying. You know, Mason Betha, people have a problem with that. Like I said, you know, real life is real life. I am a pastor. I'm having a hard time. I'm wobbling. Cursing is not in the Bible, so I could say what I want to say. Hoes ain't it? It says whores, whoremongers. So if Mason Betha wants to come down off his pew and say that I'm human and whatever, and from real urban perspectives, everyone knows that pastors was a way to make money. Everybody ran to the church. They had that in Let's Do It Again, on one of them movies with Richard Pryor in them. So it is what it is. But Onyx was refreshing. Take a moment, Google or go to YouTube and put in Onyx with Charlamagne the God or the Breakfast Club, because there's mad interviews that's funny. Little Kim, I watched hers, and I'm still a fan. I'm mad she chopped up her face, but who am I to say, because I might chop up mine. You know, you don't know where you're going to be at tomorrow. And that's a part of urban community. There before the grace of God go I. I'm very humble in mine. Who are you to judge? She got so livid, but she was still herself with who Little Kim has depicted herself to be, which is always a lady when she could be. Because she's from the hood, you try to dismiss her and feel some type of way about all of whatever her experiences were. But she was a lady in how she handled a lot of things. And when you go to Google Little Kim with Game Time Is Over or Playtime Is Over, and they do that Nicki Minaj and Little Kim comparison, she's another one who handled her Breakfast Club interviews very well. And this is also what I like to see. When you watch blogs, a lot of people have rehearsed their situations or whatever. But true to life conversations don't just go one way. They're not just monotone. That's one thing. Secondly, you get to see artists ramble. You get to see Kanye go off to the left, and you be like, yo, what is he saying? Because train of thought doesn't just necessarily run one way. And then you have to watch it again to get, oh, that's where his train of thought went. So watch The Breakfast Club. I'm probably going to bring in a whole lot of blogs to you, because I love my urban community.
Love you. See you next week.